Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm working on a layout for Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and I'm using the Calvinball Prompts to decide what will go on my layout. Okay, so if you guys are at all interested in the exclusive sketches made for Christie's Beautiful Life's 30 Days of Sketches on Facebook, I will have her Facebook group linked down below, and all of the sketches are in an album on there. You can go check it out. Today's sketch is day 3 sketch by Debbie Barton, and if I can find her online, I'll have her linked below as well. I haven't had a chance to go and look yet. It's quite late at night already, but yeah, I came home from work late and then had supper late, and now I'm just sitting down to create a layout for you guys. So here is the sketch that we're using today, and it has kind of this like, I don't know, background thing that kind of looks maybe like, I think Christie called it like a gemstone something. To me, it looks like mixed media or torn edges maybe. And so I picked this kind of mixed media background looking piece of paper to go with my photos. So these are the photos I chose of Amelia at the park one day when I was visiting. And it's nighttime, so sorry about the glare. I have those pot lights that are just brutal for filming, so I apologize. I did try to move things around so that it wasn't as much glare. But so I chose this paper because it kind of has that mixed media feel. And so I felt like that kind of went with this sketch background area. And then I thought, even though I don't have the exact size of photos that she has on here, I felt like I could make the 4x6 and the 2 smaller photos, 3x4 photos, work in the same kind of space-ish area. So I think that will work because she has a 4x6 photo, and then I think this is a 3x4, 4x3, and 2.5 by 3.5. So she has 3 photos down this way. I'm just going to have 2. And then it also has like this little embellishment cluster here and some like maybe strings or something sticking out, attaching it to the page, and then a tag underneath of those strips and a title. And then it's got a little embellishment cluster up here with some more of that string looking area and a star. So I am also, in addition to following the sketch, I am also using the prompts from Calvinball to decide what's going to go on my layout. So I have, let me see. So for making a 12x12 layout, I get a point. For making a process video, I get a point. For using a star, I get a point. And the only stars I felt like really I could maybe make work are these little bitty enamel stars from Alt New. I have them in that seashore color and also in the cherry blossom color. So I pulled those out. And then die cut. I pulled some die cut flowers. I really did. I'm not sure where I set them down. I did pull them out. Ah, yes, here they are. So I pulled out some die cut flowers that I had in a, these are like leftover from a class or something, and I just have been hanging on to them, and I need to get them onto a page. And what else does it say? So those are the die cuts I picked. The color green, so there's green here. There's also green in my photos. Striped paper, yes. So I picked out Dots and Stripes paper from Echo Park. And I'm going to use the stripe side to mount my photos. I think that'll give it a nice little pop in the center there. So that's the stripe paper. A stamp. So remember we talked about these little string kind of thingies that are going out from the embellishment cluster. So for me, I am going to use, I pulled this stamp, and that's why I have my Misty out. I'm going to stamp, I'm going to try to stamp. I hope I don't wreck my layout. We'll see. see how it goes. I don't know. It's very late, you guys. I had a very long day. I worked 12 hours today, and I'm not gonna lie. I came home and was like, you know what? I don't really feel like scrapbooking, but I made a promise to myself that I was gonna try to do this every day for 20 days. But anyway, creating a habit, right? So, okay, so we got this. I'm going to pick one of these sewing lines and stamp these kind of string thingies here. And mine's going to look stitched, I guess. That's the look I'm going for. Let's see, what else does it say? It says punch. So I pulled out this tag punch from Creative Memories. And I don't know if, I know Creative Memories gets a bad rap sometimes because their paper is much thinner than other companies. And some people really like that. They like that it's thin and it's not taking up as much bulk and etc., etc. But their tools, I don't care what kind of paper you like. If you like thin paper or thick paper or shiny paper or dull paper or glitter paper or whatever, their tools are a cut above the rest. They really are. Like, this is old and it's still going. Anyways, sidetrack, because, you know, that's how I roll sometimes. So this tag here, I'm going to punch a tag, okay? I don't know out of what yet, but that's what I pulled my punch for. And a date, well, I always put dates on my layouts, so that's not a big deal. Stencil. So I think I'm going to use this butterfly stencil from Vicki Boutin's Sweet Rush collection. Oops, now I'm knocking stuff over. That's what happens when you're such a mess. Okay. So Vicki Boutin's Sweet Rush collection, I have this butterfly stencil. I think I'm going to use Salvaged Patina Distress Oxide ink and throw a few butterflies in behind, like coming out from behind my photos. So that's the stencil I picked. And what else is on this list? Zebra stripe. Okay, I did not find a zebra, but I'll tell you, I made a little bit of an effort to look for one. So in my little girl box, there was this, like, I don't even know what collection this is from anymore. But I have a few pieces from it, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, there's no zebra on it. I thought if there was, I'd throw them on here. Also did not find an avocado. Fine. Chipboard. So I have this piece of chipboard. Ugh. Okay. This piece of chipboard, and it is from that same collection that I just showed you. And I don't know what it's called. I have the chipboard sheet as well. So I got this from here. And it is also not just my chipboard, but also my film strip. And is frame on here? Maybe that's next time. I don't remember. I don't see it. Okay, so chipboard and film strip piece. So that is going on this layout somewhere. I just don't know where. Maybe it'll be this embellishment cluster up here. So that is how I decided what I'm putting on here. I am going to pause the camera. I'm going to do my stenciling and my stamping and matting my photos and get a little bit of an idea of where my things are going to go. And then I'll pop back in and finish off the layout with you guys. Okay, hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my butterflies stenciled on and I got my stamping lines done with my Close to My Heart stamp. It's an old one, in case you wanted to look for it. So the stencil I used was from Vicki Boutin's Sweet Rush, and I think I already put the stamp away. Look how efficient I am. Anyway, it was a Close to My Heart one, and it was like so something S-E-W. So, yes, simple stitches. There we go. So if that's something that interests you, it's a good one. It's old, like I don't know what year from, but it has a lot of, like I don't really use these parts, but I definitely use those ones. So there you have it. So I got those two things on there. And while I was waiting for them to dry, I mounted my photos onto the striped paper because that was one of the things listed in the Calvinball points system for today. So I can't decide if I put this one on foam, but I can't decide if I want this one on foam too. I don't think I do. I think I want it kind of, yeah, something like that. Anyway, I kind of want them tilted. Jeepers. It's late. Sorry, I'm not good at this when I'm tired. Okay, and then I was thinking like I want this kind of in the center-ish to cover up that messy line there. And then where is my tag? I did make a tag. Where did it go? It was, oh, it slipped off my desk, that's why. Okay, so then I thought I would put like my flower cluster. So while I was waiting for the ink to dry, I glued my flowers together in the way that I wanted them because I knew that would be kind of a fussy thing for me to do. And I don't know if I want them that way or, no, other way for sure. Sometimes once I see it on the screen, I know better because, here, let me try and move that so that it's not glaring at you. I can, because it's like when you take if ever you're not sure if you like something, take a picture of it and look at it because your eye sees it differently when it's like all in one photo. And then I was going to put this up here with my title. And I decided to make my title Happy Day. And I have these, oh gosh, I don't even know what these are from. K & Company maybe? They're old. Yes, K & Company. So Michael's, I guess, probably, right? And I am going to use Happy Day because it has a cute little butterfly on it. Look at that. So, and I used, for day, I used these alphabets, which are Sorbet Glossy Puffy stickers from Thicker American Craft Stickers. And I thought they went nicely with this. So, now before I put that on, I think I'm going to punch a hole. So I wanted to do this on camera because I had this punch for a long time before I knew that it did this. Okay, so see the tag? See this little, this is not just for decoration. It actually has a job, and it's to put the hole in the tag in the right spot. See? I did not know that. I had this for a really long time before somebody, I think at a crop, was like using theirs, and I was like, hey, wait a second, what did you just do? Yeah. I'm not always the smartest girl in the room, but that's okay. Live and learn. So if anybody else has that punch and didn't know that it did that, I wanted to make sure I showed it on camera so that you know that it's not just a decoration. Okay, and then I grabbed some pink twine, and I think I'm gonna pop this up too. So let me grab some dimensional foam tape. You know what's so funny is I want to use my scrap chipboard to put dimension on things, and it just like, it's kind of a way to have like less waste and also to like use, like, save money, I guess. But when I went to do it tonight, I was like, I'm too tired. I can't even think straight. So I was like, you know what, just make this easy on yourself and use the foam. It'll be fine. Okay, so, oh, I shouldn't have taken that off yet because I have to glue this down still. I took the backing off of this partly because I had gotten it stuck to my desk, and so some of it peeled off, and then I was like, you know what, this will make it thinner anyways. I don't need it to stand out quite that far. And so I was just like, I'm gonna just peel the sticky off and then have a thinner piece of chipboard. So this covers both chipboard and film strip for my points for Calvinball, and I'm going to just put it a little to the left of center, and see now how that covers up that like messy piece. And my stamping is by no means perfect. I am not what somebody might call an experienced or good stamper. I just wing it. There we go. I'm not sure where that's gonna go yet. And then my happy. Oh, I wanted my flowers on there. Oh, that's not the flowers I had. Okay. There we go. So that also is gonna need some glue. Ooh, dropping things. Boy, I tell you, this numbness in my hands sometimes gets worse as I get more tired in the day, and oh my goodness, sometimes I just laugh at myself. Total butterfingers, throwing stuff around like a juggler. Okay, there we go. I think I want this up just a bit. There we go. That's what I want. That looks right to me. And then I want it to kind of tuck down on here so that it kind of embraces the day part and overlaps the floral part. But as always, chipboard with adhesive, and look at how old this is, it's yellow. Does not always stick the way we want it to, right? So just gonna put a little helper glue on there, and there we go. Get a little bit more. There we go. Nope, it's not going to do what I want. Okay, that's fine. We'll just go like this. Happy day. And then up in this corner, I want my floral cluster. You know what I think? I was looking at these when I was building the clusters, and I was like, you know why I think I didn't use these? Is because the flowers are green and the leaves are green. So that's weird, right? Like, am I crazy? I don't know. I was like, I think that's why I didn't use it. I thought it was weird that there were green, there must be green flowers in the world. I don't know. Shows what I know. I'm not a florist. Okay, so I also put enamel dots in the centers of these flowers. I got this one up here. Now, I also did my journaling, and I punched out a circle, again, with the punch, right? Using punches. But I punched it into a circle because I kind of wanted it to hang like a little tag from my floral cluster. Does that make sense? So that's where that's gonna go. And I just need to decide if I want to pop that up. But first I think I'm gonna put down my pictures now that I know how high I want that. So let's do this. And you know what? I'm really liking the way this is turning out, and I would never ever have used stamps for this. I would have used some kind of string or drawn on stitch marks, and I would not have used this chipboard piece as a background for my cluster base. Yeah, I wouldn't have put stencils on here either. I would have probably just left it as a mixed media background, but I really like the butterflies on there. So it's turning out to be, sometimes those playing along with challenges like the Calvinball challenge, or even like quite often there's like challenges on Facebook groups and whatnot with, I wanted it a little higher, but then I feel like there's, no, it's fine. Sometimes like Facebook groups will have like online crops with challenges where you can put submit your creations. I just did one last weekend with, I think, what do they call it? Scrapbook Generation. And it just helps you to like think out of the box, or maybe not necessarily out of the box, but out of what you normally do. So like normally I would have just thrown down some paper that followed the sketch and voila, I would have a layout, which there's nothing wrong with that. But what the thing I like about this is it has me using my stamps, and it has me using my stencils, and it has me thinking about like, where can I find a film strip that would go with this layout? And where can I find, how can I get a stripe paper on here, you know? And then it makes me add a little bit more. I probably just would have used regular cardstock to map my photos if I wasn't following the prompts, you know? But I'm really liking the way this is turning out, and I think it's turning out much cuter than it would have been if I just, if I had just followed the sketch itself. I also love to start with a sketch because I don't always know where to start, right? Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And I find that sometimes just pulling out a sketch is just the ticket to like getting a little bit of like, okay, I can cut my papers to that shape, and I can find photos that are that size and that sort of thing. So it's a really good place to start. Now, did I want to pop that up? Let me look. This way? That way? Yeah, something like that. Hey? I think I just want it flat. Okay. Sorry, when I think I go silent, don't I? Because I can't think out loud. So what was I saying? A sketch is a great place to start because you always have that like, kind of like a foundation map, sort of like, this is where we're gonna, these are the photos, like, this is where your photos are gonna go, and this is what. But look at all of the things I got on here because of the prompts, like the die cut florals. I probably wouldn't have gone for those. But I'm really loving how this is turning out. So let's see, what do we got? This needs to get glued down also, and I need to just make it so that, I wonder if I should glue that in first too. And I don't know if you can even tell, but the way that I punched this, the circle, the white circle at the top is flat because I punched it too close to the edge of the paper, but nobody's going to know because it's going to be under my flower. It will be fine. Just fine. There we go. And then I decided I wanted this flat too, right? All the things. And as messy as all of that stamping was, it's just really not showing up enough to make me annoyed or not love my layout anymore, because you barely see it, right? There we go. So that Distress Oxide ink turned out really pretty, hey? And I'm sorry you can see all the shadows and stuff. It's just, I don't have as many hours in a day as I would like. Now let's see if I got all the things. I have my 12 by 12 layout, making a process video. I don't have stars. Okay. I knew there was something else. And I took out these stars, right? Now, part of my problem right now is I seem to have misplaced my tweezers. And they are like my lifeline when it comes to these little bitty things. Oh, there they are. They were hiding behind a plant. A fake plant. It's actually not even a plant. It's pens with flowers on them. My kid made it for me when he was young. And I just keep it on my desk because it's super cute. Okay, so I have pink or turquoise. And I think I'm going to go with the pink because there's not as much pink showing as I thought there would be in the beginning. So I'm going to go with one here, one here, and maybe one up here. And then I'm going to put 3 up in our other cluster here too. One there. Maybe one in the center here, looking like it's at the top of my tag. And one here. There we go. So now I've got stars on there. I have die cuts. The flowers are die cuts. I have green. My flowers are green, which I still feel like is a little bit strange, but I love how they look on this layout. Striped paper to mount my photos, a stamp, my stamped images in the back, my punched piece, my punched tag, and my punched tag up here. A date. I did not put the date, but I did go look up the date, and I turned my date stamp to the correct date for this. And will it fit on here? I think so. There we go. Now there's a date on there. What else? I used a stencil. I do not have a zebra. I do not have an avocado, but I do have a chipboard and a film strip. So that's my Calvinball points for today. And here is the sketch that I followed by Debbie Barton. And I will try to look up her stuff and link it below. And I am happy that I finished this layout, even though I came home from work and didn't really want to. Pretty happy with myself. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye for now, everybody.